guys, welcome to a brand new video on my channel, Megz Moviez. If you are new to this channel, this is basically where I talk to you guys about my passion for movies. This goes from collections, hauls, reviews, and to today's video, so let's get into it. Okay, so I am back redoing my Megz Moviez weekly watches series. Please just bear with as I try and get back into the channel. I know I keep changing things and all that, but it's just getting into a rhythm, so please bear with. So I've got my Letterboxd open on my laptop because a lot of these films I watched, I actually don't physically own. I either watched on streaming or, well, basically on streaming, basically. So this is going to be a short one because I only started watching movies, I think it was as of Wednesday this week, so there's not really that many on there, but there is a fair amount for what I have watched this week. I've watched 7 films this week, so little bundle there. A lot of these I will be just very quickly going over because I've either done reviews for them or they were part of my original versus remake. I think, to be honest, there's 2 films on here that I haven't talked about on the channel, so this might be a very quick video. So let's get into it. So my first movie watched this week was Ghostbusters, the original. Yes, I have been reviewing this series. If you haven't been watching those videos, go check them out. I'm reviewing these all up until the new Ghostbusters film. So yes, I've done a review for this one. I won't go too in depth, but what I will say is this is one of my favourite 80s films of all time. And you know what? Rewatching the Ghostbusters film this week has really got me hyped for the new one. So there we go. The next 2 were actually first time watches, and they were original versus remake this week. So if you want my full thoughts on those, then you can go check out that video. But the first movie is Roadhouse. This is the one starring Patrick Swayze. And like I said, both first time watches, because obviously the next one I'm going to talk about come out this year. But yeah, this surprised me a little bit more than I thought it would. I went into it blind. I didn't watch any trailers. I didn't look into the plot or anything like this. So I was quite surprised. I was quite taken back by it. I weren't expecting what it was going to be. But no, it's a really good film and I'm glad I finally watched it. In fact, I'm thinking about adding it to my collection at some point in the future. Then, of course, after that, I watched Roadhouse, the remake starring Jake Gyllenhaal. And this is one of very few remakes that I enjoyed. I had a good time with this one. Like I've said in previous videos, remakes can either be a hit or a miss for me. And this one was a hit. I quite enjoyed it. And if you want to see which one I preferred, then go and check out my video for it. But yeah, I figured, you know, why not? It was a new remake that came out this year. I thought, why not? And I hadn't seen the original, so it gave me a good opportunity to. Plus, also, I feel like I need to watch more Patrick Swayze films, because I think I've only seen him in Dirty Dancing and that Christmas film, Christmas in Wonderland. So it's nice to see him in something else. Okay, and then the next one I watched is, it's hard to do it, there we go, Over the Hedge. So I'm currently working on my DreamWorks ranking. I've set myself a challenge to try and watch all the DreamWorks films before I go and see Kung Fu Panda 4. Yet again, because I'm working at the weekend, next weekend when this comes out, unfortunately I'm going to have to wait until my next day off to go and see it, which I believe is Monday or Tuesday of that week. I can't remember, so yet again I'm going to have to wait. But I've set myself a challenge to try and watch all the DreamWorks films before then. There's one I might not be able to watch, which is the new Megamind film, but that's because I don't have the streaming service that it's on, and I don't know how else to watch it. But yeah, so Over the Hedge was my first DreamWorks film that I watched this week. And you know what? It is a very cute film. It's adorable. I love the animals and I love the characters in the fact of you've got Hammy, who's this really over hyperactive squirrel. Love him. He's like my favourite character in this film. The voice actors in this are really good. I mean, I still can't believe Bruce Willis plays him. Like, yeah. But no, there's some really good voice actors in this. I think this is quite underrated, I think. It's one of those ones that it's not very popular from DreamWorks, but I do think people get some enjoyment out of it. So it's not like Madagascar or Megamind or Shrek or anything like that. But I do feel like it's one of the better solo films we got. I wouldn't mind having a sequel to Over the Hedge just to see where the characters could be now. But no, this is a fun movie, and say it's an enjoyable one that you can put on in the background. It could be a nice little distraction. You don't need to fully focus on it. But yeah, Over the Hedge, definitely one of my lower favourites of DreamWorks. Okay, and then the next one I watched was Ghostbusters 2. This is my double pack Blu-ray because I don't have Ghostbusters 2 on 4K yet. But yeah, so Ghostbusters 2, have done a review for it, so go check that out. But what I will say is this is actually a really good sequel. Very entertaining. To me, I think I prefer the more seriousness of the first one than I do the comedic, but then that's just me. I think it's just, I don't know, it's just the way it is. But Ghostbusters 2 is a really good sequel. In fact, I don't think any of the Ghostbuster films are horrible. I enjoy each and every one of the films. Well, I haven't seen Frozen Empire yet, but I think I will get some kind of enjoyment out of it. But yeah, Ghostbusters 2, an enjoyable sequel. Then the next one I watched was Ghostbusters Afterlife. Have done a review for it, so I won't go into too much detail. But what I will say is that I remember going to see this in the cinema and thinking how nostalgic it made me feel, but also how modern they made it. And honestly, I think how they dealt with Harold Ramis's passing, absolutely well done. And so now I've watched this, can't wait to go and see Frozen Empire. And then the last one I watched was on Sky Cinema, and that is Ruby Gillman, Teenage Kraken. I'm not a massive fan of this film. This is the second time I've watched it, and both times I truly could not get into it. I'm sorry. But to me, it just felt like there was someone did a review, and it actually made me think about it and go, oh my god, I agree. And that is, they said it's basically a copy of Luca meets Turning Red. And I could see what they mean by that. But no, this one, I can't get into it. It's predictable. I mean, I will say the positive thing is I do like the animation. It is colourful, it's bright, it's fun. But for me, this is one of my least favourites of the DreamWorks films. In fact, it might be the very bottom, I'm not sure. We'll see. There's some other films I still need to watch. There's some first-time watches that I need to get into and things like that. But for me, this film, I think I was hoping for more than what I got. So, yeah, for me, I wish this had done better, but at the end of the day, not all films are going to be great. So, yeah, so that's all the films that I have watched this week. Like I said, this is going to be a very short video. Next week will probably be longer because, like I said, I have set myself a challenge to watch all the DreamWorks films in prep for a DreamWorks ranking once I go and see Kung Fu Panda 4. So, yeah, I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, then do give it a thumbs up. And if you are new to this channel, then go ahead, hit that subscribe button and also the notification bell down below to be notified when I post. And also leave me your comments and thoughts on the movies that I've watched this week. Is there any that you'd recommend me to watch? I might start putting a list together if anyone puts any films in the comments. Start putting a list together and I might do another series once I get a long enough list. Who knows? But I want to try and expand my channel and I want to try and make it more interactive for you guys as well. But also let me know what you have watched this week. How many films have you watched? What's been your favourite film to watch? So yeah, let me know in the comments down below. And I'll see you guys next time.